The Indian Air Force today said that it has irrefutable proof that Pakistan used the F-16 fighter jet planes in the air combat on 27th February and said that it was also shot down by the MiG-21 Bison, which was piloted by Captain Abhinandan Varthaman. Addressing the media, Air Vice Marshal R.G. Kapoor revealed radar and AWACS data and radio transmissions which show that Pakistan used F-16s in the aerial skirmish. Kapoor said that F-16 of the Pakistan Air Force was conclusively identified by its electronic signature and radio transcripts. Here is the slideshow that the IAF presented.
The Indian Air Force aircraft were vectored to shoot down PF aircraft. PF aircraft fired multiple AMRAAM missiles which were defeated by use of countermeasures and tactical maneuvers. In the aerial combat that followed, one MiG-21 Bison of the Indian Air Force, piloted by Wing Commander Abhinandan, shot down one F-16 of PAF.
Exploring all possibilities to build the Ram Mandir, free hand to armed forces against terrorism, and rupees 6,000 to every farmer of the country. These are some of the points that the BJP today promised in its Sankalp Patra, or the election manifesto, ahead of the 2019 Lok Sabha polls. Now I have Aditya joining me here. Aditya, take us through some of the highlights of the BJP's manifesto.
I think the big picture we get from it is that BJP is going ahead with its main message of nationalism and Rashtriya Gaurav. Be it their focus on national security, their promise that they'll give a free hand to our security forces, and the Citizenship Amendment Bill, it's clear that BJP wants to reach out to its core constituency and activate them as much as possible. The fact that the Citizenship Amendment Bill was included with national security, even though it's nothing to do with security, shows that they want to play to the Hindutva audience as much as possible.
Also, the BJP, by releasing its manifesto today, said that India is one of the fastest growing economies and it wants to see India in one of the world's top 3 economies. But how will that happen if the basic economic stats are not up to the mark? The Quint's editor-in-chief, Raghav Bahel, highlights 10 stats that the Modi government must improve if it returns to power.
In the prequel video, I had analysed the 4 economic reforms that I acknowledge under Modi 1.0, and these are Ujjwala, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code IBC, Direct Benefit Transfer DBT, and the Goods and Services Tax in that order. And now is the turn to look at the failures. Since Modi ji loves to bandy stats, I too shall rattle off a barrage of data points, real data points, rat-a-tat-tat. So here goes.
Speaking of the Kashmir Valley, was the attack in Pulwama that killed 40 CRPF jawans an intelligence failure or a security lapse? As it turns out, the Jammu and Kashmir Police Intelligence Wing had received reports about the possibility of a major Fedayeen attack in Avantipura area of Pulwama district weeks before the JEM carried out the attack. Log on to the Quint's website to read the full report. And just 10 days after the unfateful day, the Ministry of Home Affairs approved air transit facility for CRPF Jawans between Jammu Srinagar and Srinagar Jammu. But despite that, many Jawans are not able to avail that facility. Why? An exclusive report by the Quint's Poonam Agarwal tells you how, because of the ministry's flawed policy of air transit, many Jawans cannot afford to avail the facility.
After Pulwama attack, air transit facility was approved for Central Armed Police Forces between Srinagar and Jammu. After that, the CRPF announced to their Jawans, and other CRPF forces were also told that they can give this facility. So in case of CRPF, what we learned from some of the Jawans, that they have to shell out money from their pockets to buy tickets between Srinagar to Jammu or Jammu to Srinagar. So according to some former CRPF officers, that CRPF should have got a deal or contract done with some Indian airlines. This is exactly what happens in army, because in army what we have seen that they transport their Jawans between Srinagar and Jammu once in a week through Air India, and they also get the facility from Indian Air Forces. But this is not being given to CRPF. Hence, though the facility is being given of air transit facilities there, the implementation of this facility is still yet to happen.
And while the politicians are busy making big promises ahead of the elections, the state of Jammu and Kashmir is waiting to be helped. Civic property gets destroyed regularly in encounters between the security forces and the terrorists. In Pulwama district alone, over 105 houses have been destroyed in the past 3 years. But do the civilians get any help from the authorities? We have Neeraj Gupta joining us here, who has been covering the Kashmir Valley ahead of the 2019 elections. Neeraj, क्या है कश्मीर के टूटे घरों की दास्तां?
बिल्कुल, जिस स्टोरी की बात आप कर रहे हैं ईश्वर, वो पुलवामा की है। पुलवामा में 14 फेब 2019 को जो अटैक हुआ था CRPF के जवानों के ऊपर, उसके 3 दिन बाद पुलवामा के पिंगलान गांव में एक बड़ा एनकाउंटर हुआ, जिसमें फौज के एक मेजर समेत 4 फौजियों की डेथ हुई थी और 3 आतंकी हमने मार गिराए थे, एक सिविलियन की भी डेथ हुई थी। उस एनकाउंटर में एक मुश्ताक अहमद नाम के शख्स के 3 घर उड़ा दिए गए थे। हालांकि एनकाउंटर में बर्बाद होने वाले घरों को लेकर एक कॉम्पनसेशन पॉलिसी है जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर, लेकिन लोगों को मदद नहीं मिलती है। ले देकर जो लोकल बॉडीज होती हैं, जो उनका आसपास का समाज होता है, वो उन्हें मदद करता है। प्रोसेस के तहत एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन या पॉलिटिकल लेवल पर मदद नहीं मिल पाती है। कोई सुनवाई नहीं होती है। आप लोगों ने सुबह जाके किसी से कोई बातचीत, कोई सुनवाई?
यहाँ तो कोई आया नहीं, गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय कोई आया नहीं, ना कोई पॉलिटिशियन आया, ना कोई MLA आया, ना कोई यहाँ पे आया जो हमें मतलब इसमें मदद कर सकता है। लेकिन अगर हमें कोई भी मदद आ गई लोकल बॉडी में किया जो यहाँ की मस्जिद कमेटी है, उन्होंने हमें मदद किया थोड़ा।
And ahead of the 2019 elections, the Quint has been getting you voices from all across the country. The जनता की आवाज़ that really matters during elections. The Quint Shadab Moizi caught up with Chirag Paswan, son of Ramvilas Paswan and Lok Janshakti Party leader, who is fighting the elections from the Jamui constituency of Bihar. Here's what Chirag Paswan had to say about the Mahagathbandhan, Lalu Prasad Yadav and the 2019 elections.
लालू यादव इस पहली बार कहें हमारी जनरेशन जो है उसके लिए लालू यादव इस पहली बार ऐसा है कि चुनाव में नहीं है। क्या इसका फ़ायदा मिलेगा आप लोगों को?
देखिए, फ़ायदा तो डेफिनेटली मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं हो रहा है। जिस तरीके से महागठबंधन को पूरी तरीके से मिस हैंडल किया गया, मेरे दोनों छोटे भाई लालू जी के दोनों सुपुत्र, जिस तरीके से उन लोगों ने मिस हैंडल किया, कहीं ना कहीं मैं मानता हूँ इस बात को विनम्रता से, लालू जी होते तो बहुत बेहतर तरीके से इसको हैंडल करते।
And for more news and updates, log into our website thequint.com and also like, share and subscribe.